this is Dan Farisi, Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech here at Emerald. So happy to be joined today by my friend Luke Heckel, who is Commercial Sales Manager, Americas with Sonos. Topic of conversation is how Sonos is really leaning into holistic audio solutions for commercial integrators. We have a lot to talk about, Luke. Why don't we get right into it? But first, thank you so much for being here. Always good to connect with you.
No, it's my pleasure. As you know, I'm a long time listener, first time caller. I'm sure you've heard that joke before. But I have a stack of Commercial Integrator magazines in my office, and I have had those in here for a very, very long time. So I've been a reader for a long
I
time.
appreciate that. No, it's fantastic to have people like you in our audience community elevating the conversations and here taking part in the conversation with me. So as I talked about, we're going to talk a little bit about the holistic audio solutions you bring to commercial integrators. And I want to start with the full spectrum of offerings that you have, filling audio needs across businesses, whether it's retail, whether it's hospitality, builders, wellness. Can you talk a little bit about that full spectrum that Sonos brings to bear?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really interesting. Our approach has been on the commercial side of the business. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of familiarity with Sonos on the residential side, where we are absolutely like a market leader and really created a new category with the multi-room audio systems. And we wanted to take that approach of ease of use, of simplicity, of premium experience, and create an analogous experience in the commercial market. What we found is that our products were very organically getting into commercial spaces across the residential line. And so we really focused in on, what are the aspects of our products that are bringing that premium experience and making it really, really approachable and desirable for the commercial end user. So the focus isn't like broad spectrum to try to attack every single part of the industry. I don't want to say like it's niche marketing, but it is really looking at that light commercial space that you described: retail, hospitality, health and wellness, dining, those spaces where our products offer a really, really not just premium listening experience to the actual, listener that's in those business establishments, but also like a premium use experience and something that's incredibly approachable to that business end user, because they don't have like audio engineers on staff. So we wanted to bring the simplicity of that Sonos solution that people are familiar with in the residential space to the commercial market. And it really goes across all of our all-in-ones, all of our component-based products. If there's anything that you want to dive into specifically, I'm happy to talk about it ad nauseum.
Yeah, and I appreciate that clarification. As you say, it's not a scattergun approach. You're not trying to be all
No.
things to all people, but really specializing in those commercial markets where your solutions can make the best positive impact, the most positive impact. Again, retail, hospitality, wellness, those spaces that are a natural fit for Sonos's strengths.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at our core, yes, obviously we're an audio manufacturer, but we're really an experience company. And so it was taking that level of experience, that premium Sonos experience that people are accustomed to in their daily lives, and bringing that into an entirely new market in the commercial space. And it's not just the experience of that end user, it's also the experience of the integrator. We wanted our products to be incredibly simple to design with, incredibly efficient for the installation, very, very efficient in terms of system commissioning and tuning, and even the training and the handoff to that end user. So it's really taking that niche focus at what do we do really, really great that's bringing our products into those spaces on accident, and present them and re-envision them as professional tools for professional integrators.
So speaking of things you do very, very well, stuff you're great at, let's talk about speakers a little bit. I mean, PoE speakers, custom wall mounts, JBOX adapters. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you offer speakers to meet all needs across the markets you're targeting?
Yeah, absolutely. What we found is that as we started to look at, all the products that were getting into those commercial spaces without us trying to do that, that by and large, our solutions that were the most desirable and the most effective in those spaces were the all-in-one models. So it's not just a speaker, not just a powered speaker. That's the thing that makes Sonos really different, is that every like all-in-one device that we have isn't just an output device, it is also the source. So the individual speakers are actually logged into your various streaming accounts, which provides just a ton of flexibility and basically limitless matrix ability across your entire system. And so what we brought to market as our first purpose-built commercial product is a robust all-in-one PoE speaker that is not just, again, that powered output device. it also is the source that allows you to design systems that can either be, I don't want to say scattergun, but can cover the entirety of the space, or that you can actually zone into the, I mean, zones are not a new concept here in the commercial market. But in restaurants, you might need to separate a bar from the dining area, from the host area, from the restrooms. You might want to have different content playing in all those spaces. So we have like the elegance of being able to create those different listening areas, which is a necessity in the commercial space, but do so with these all-in-one products that are incredibly versatile and really, really, really easy to install and to design with.
A word you mentioned a few moments ago was flexibility. And I think about flexibility, I think about being able to manage sound from anywhere, including commercially licensed music if you want it. So, do we want to talk a little bit about remote monitoring and management, particularly through Sonos Pro, and how that enables that flexibility for both integrators and their clients?
I would love to. So our approach really is we're uniquely positioned at Sonos to really have like a soup to nuts solution. It's end to end. And I'm honestly not aware of another organization that has the ability to do that, where it's not just the hardware, it is also the control, and it's simple control through the use of our app, which is one of the things that really put us on the market, as well as the access to that commercially licensed content through Sonos Pro. So that's, a lot of people sometimes intentionally avoid or don't understand the need to have commercially licensed content playing in their commercial spaces. And we wanted to give like a really easy path to that with curated stations or curated channels that they, really can accurately and best represent the brand identity. So that's something that we have available as a service. But then there's a whole back end to that that I find personally, as a former commercial integrator myself, really, really appealing on the remote monitoring and management aspect of the Sonos Pro software. That gives you like deep insight into what portions of the system are up or down. Is something off? Is something off the network? Does it need to be remotely rebooted without rolling a truck? What content is playing? Is somebody just accidentally pressed pause? It really also gives like that business customer the opportunity to add the commercial integrator as an admin on their system, so that they can provide, I don't want to say it's like a managed service tool, because it's really something that it's for that commercial end user, but it does absolutely give a peace of mind that their preferred partner can get access to their system and help them troubleshoot without it being like a painful process if they need to troubleshoot, which is
Yeah.
very rare, because frankly our stuff is incredibly reliable.
It's still nice having that as kind of the backstop, just in case, in the break glass in case of emergency moment, that
Yeah.
capability is there. So one thing I wanted to talk about is, CD Expo, CIX, we're seeing a democratization of who's going to shows like that. We're seeing more builders, we're seeing more architects, we're seeing more designers, we're seeing kind of a democratization of the community. And I'm getting the sense the builder community is partnering with Sonos very effectively in terms of providing ambiance in homes, common areas. Do you want to talk about that partnership with the builder community, the relevance of that?
Absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing that we're trying to do is like eliminate any, I don't want to say conflict, but eliminate friction in the channel that are preventing things from like getting in the spaces that can create these great experiences. And so we actually have a builder lead named Frank, who has partnered with organizations like HomePro, has worked with many, many builders to get Sonos into not only model homes, but also into spec homes, so that people can enter their living spaces with Sonos already as a part of it. I mean, everything from sights and smells to, of course, sounds absolutely impact that like purchasing experience, and can really create, the, like you said, the ambiance, and help people envision themselves in those spaces. So we do work a lot with the builder community to provide background music, the really curated content, to make like those home visits and the walkthroughs like a really, really pleasurable experience. But then also make sure that that customers and home buyers have the opportunity to have their homes like pre-wired for Sonos systems.
Fantastic. Those cross trade and parallel trade connections, I think, are so important because there is a natural synergy there. And it's just going to yield, as you say, a better outcome for the eventual person occupying that space or walking through that space.
And we really look at ourselves as a resource to the dealer channel, both on the residential side and on the commercial side. That, the relationships that we put into place are to really reward the dealers that are doing that business. And that's why we've partnered with the organizations that we have, so that we, can ensure that they're getting things like, rebates and getting the appropriate products specified into the appropriate settings. And of course, we are also a resource. I mean, I have a commercial team, and I'm part of a much larger professional team. that we just like to get directly engaged in and involved in opportunities that could use just a little bit of guidance, a little bit of hand holding. And so we relish the opportunity to like join those conversations and to really make sure that people are, optimizing the experience for everybody, themselves, the customer as well.
The breath of fresh air it really is having that kind of dealer centricity, that dealer focused mindset, that outcome focused mindset. It's fantastic to hear. For those who want to learn more about Sonos, particularly as you say, the way that you can serve integrators in the light commercial space, do you want to share a little bit about how they can contact you or learn more about your products or connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I'm happy to just give my email address. So if you want to reach out to me directly, it is just luke.heckel@sonos.com. We also have a number of commercial account managers that can support your commercial needs if you're interested in becoming a direct dealer for Sonos. We're happy to have those conversations, talk about your business and the customers that you guys serve. Otherwise, Sonos.com is a really, really great resource. One of the things is, being a brand that core to our identity is simplicity. We didn't previously publish a whole lot of technical specifications about our products. In the past, it was, what's the frequency response? Go listen to it. But in this commercial channel, we know that that information is really, really critical to design decisions for design engineers. And so as you dig into the more commercial centric products, there are download sections that have all that information as well. So even if you're just like curious about the product and want to dive into the technical specifications, we actually provide that information now.
Cool, very cool. And I'm sure that as people watch this, they're going to be curious to learn about the entire range of solutions and the technology that drives them and empowers them. Thank you again, Luke, for joining me. Always great to connect with you. I look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks and months on the trade show circuit, but great to connect with you now.
It was a genuine pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Once again, Luke Heckel, who is Commercial Sales Manager Americas with Sonos. My name is Dan Farisi. I am Group Director of Content and Editorial, Industrial and Tech here at Emerald. Please do keep your eyes on commercialintegrator.com and our sister site, cepro.com, for more coverage of industry-leading providers like Sonos.